Today is day 36 of the podcast, and I want to start out with the very first demonstration of the Holy Spirit in the Old Testament. And we read about him in Genesis chapter 1, right there at verse 2. Listen. And the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. The word moving is hovering. He's above this description that's really of chaos when it was still formless, dark, and void. There is a picture of the Spirit moving above that. And then 7 chapters later, we have this same image begins to show up again. It's a time of desolation. It's the time just following the flood where judgment has come upon the earth, and there's been pretty much chaos and void and darkness. At the end of that time, 2 birds are sent out. The first bird that's sent out is a raven. It goes back and forth looking for a place to land, and there is no place for this raven to put his foot down. And that's really a type of wickedness, going back and forth and never able to find a place of rest. But after the raven is sent out, then the dove is sent out. It goes to and fro, and then it comes back to Noah with a sprig of an olive branch in its mouth, which is also a symbol of peace. So you have the dove finding a place for its foot and symbolizing a new beginning. There is a new beginning of creation, a new beginning of God's work with man, and the dove is there symbolizing peace has once more been made with God, and here's the dove, a picture of the Spirit accomplishing that. There's really 2 kinds of birds that begin to show up in the scriptures, and they're referred to as being clean and unclean. And the unclean and clean both, these birds really symbolize access to the heavenly realms. And so when we see birds used, we need to pay attention when birds show up in the Old Testament, what they're used for, where the work they're doing. And then again in the New Testament, we begin to see birds referred to, and we need to pay attention there as well. So these beings are accessing the heavenly realms and are a pretty potent illustration. I want to ask you this question today. What can we learn about the nature of the Holy Spirit just knowing he's illustrated and demonstrated in the life of a dove?